Hi, girl Katie again. I'll stop saying your favorite owl. I know you love us all equally. Um, Today, instead of doing What's Katie Reading, I thought I would try something new and do What's Katie Writing? The goal of these is I am writing an ebook, and while I'm in the writing phase, I've been sharing a few things that I'm currently reading that have influenced areas of my life. And what really came up for me this morning was what I'm currently reading. What's Katie Reading? The Coactive Coaching Bible actually led me back to something I'd written. So I wanted to share it with you. I wrote this in 2015. And just so you know, I'm telling the truth here. My dreams, 2015. At that time, I was getting divorced. I was no career, living at home, trying to figure out my life. And so here's what I wrote of my dreams. The first thing I wrote was challenge and change the status quo. If you live in Hoboken or Jersey City or New York and have met me, Philly, I've met you guys, up and down the East Coast, Boston, if I've challenged or changed your status quo in any way, let me know, because apparently that's one of my dreams, much to the chagrin of some people, I think. I love that I wrote this. I still want this for myself. This is still a dream I have, to constantly be challenging and changing the status quo of me, which is actually something I've written in a devotional before. Apparently this day I was feeling less self-centered. The next thing I wrote was live in the moment, feel alive. That one really hit home as I was thinking about what's Katie reading. I've currently been reading about fulfillment, and what came up for me when I saw this, I was just blown away that it said feel alive. Because for the coactive definition of fulfillment, it says it's the state of fully expressing who we are and doing what is right for us. Fulfillment is about being fully alive. And I can tell you when I wrote this, I was not feeling fulfilled, hence the entire life change. And that wasn't any one particular person's fault. But it's interesting to me to think about where I've come since I wrote that and where I feel alive in my life. My next sentence that I wrote, standard Katie, live purposefully. Don't live in the moment too much. I love that I have the balance there. But living purposefully is also part of that fulfillment, when we feel like we are living our purpose and that our values are represented in our purpose, and in everything we do, we feel fulfilled. And so in 2015, unbeknownst to Katie in 2020, everything this book I'm reading is telling me is what I've dreamed for and what I've been hoping for, which is kind of cool. The next few things I've said after that said live purposefully, and then I had a semicolon. I've never been great at grammar. I think I just wanted love, learn, serve, smile, personal training, coaching, kids, church, learn. And I love that I put learn on there twice. Like, what's great about it, if you can see it, so up here I was like, oop, don't forget to put learn. And then I got to the end of it and I was like, oop, let's also put learn. Clearly that's a value for me. As a former teacher, I will constantly be learning my entire life. And I love that that manifested itself as I was writing my dreams, as I was looking at, wow, these are things I value. And oftentimes we think of things we value: honesty, integrity, trust. Those are things I would have said, well, those are my values. Living within integrity definitely is. But what I love about what Katie's reading is it really challenges you to think beyond that for this conversation, and start to think about values as these unique expressions that you have of yourself. What is it that you value that makes your life feel fulfilled? That same sauce isn't going to be the same for everybody else, which is why you can't buy into a bullshit program, because everybody's different. What fulfills you won't fulfill me. There may be a really similar version there, but what words we choose to represent that fulfillment and what that looks like for us will all be very unique, much like our footprint. So I also wrote CrossFit, chance this dream. And what I love about how I wrote it is I put this CrossFit dash, chance this dream, is when I didn't want to open another CrossFit. I did want to take a chance on a dream of building something again. And clearly it was a value because I told myself to do it. And then I have an asterisk. I don't know why. Again, back to the weird grammar. Love, semicolon. Motherhood, wife, lover, best friends, why I exist. And then I go on to put a little arrow with that, pointing at motherhood. Without this, I will have more time for friends. I love that because I still feel this. Being a mother is not why I exist. And I like that I made that distinction. That's a lot of pressure to put on a kid. Love is. And these are ways that I can manifest love, which is what I'm going to decide I put for that semicolon back in 2015 when my mind was open, we'll say. The last thing I said, which is a dream that I think my mom is upstairs or rearranging furniture to make happen. Live a life shared with someone who challenges you, laughs with and at you, because I do some funny shit, and wants to share experiences in life with you. And those are definitely values I have in a partner. It's certainly not a list of things. I know women like lists. I lose lists mostly. So, but I did have like what I wanted to feel. I am stubborn, so apparently I did want to feel challenged, and I appreciate that I have an amazing man right now who knows I'm stubborn, and so he just bought me the thing I told him I didn't want him to buy me for work, which is his amazing 32-inch monitor, and now I'm super productive at work. So I guess maybe I found someone that can challenge me in the good way. I wasn't talking about challenging me in the like, you're wrong way. Yeah, that's not really my jam. So these are my dreams in 2015. Obviously need to journal again. What's Katie writing and reading alongside it will come out next tomorrow with another episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Follow me at Owl Coaching on Instagram because you probably are watching this on Instagram. But there's also this Owl Professional Coaching on Facebook, and there's a website, owlprofessionalcoaching.com, with lots of good stuff on there. You can also look at my co-host in our awesome podcast at Outstanding Women Leaders. Or you can just not watch the video ever again. It's really up to you, whatever makes you feel fulfilled.